There it goes. Okay, took a hot minute. Bring up the live chat. Okay, sorry about the delay. Still trying to learn how to do all the system settings, etc. So forth. Bring up the live chat. That's good. Can I bring that out? Oh, I can bring it out. Look at that. I don't want to relay the chat here, but the point is that it's here. Okay. So, let's give everybody a background. This is like the second time I've done this, because the first time OBS just wasn't configured correctly, and that was kind of my fault. Everything was echoing, so I'm just redoing this. I want to drink it today. Leftover twisted tea right there from New Year's. Kind of my favorite. A little sweet, but I'm okay with it. I'll put my U.S. Army koozie. So, just give everybody a background who's not familiar with Axis and Allies. Oh, let me close the door real quick. So, it's kind of like an advanced form of Risk, if you will. It's turn-based, but you, instead of having 3 different units like in Risk, you basically have, oh God, I'm trying to remember, is it a dozen units? You have infantry, artillery, armor, infantry, artillery, armor. What am I missing? You have fighters, bombers. Then you have C units, so you can have subs, destroyers, cruisers, and aircraft carriers. And then I already said fighters and bombers. And then you have anti-air artillery, and you have factories that you could build. Am I missing one? I don't know. Anyway, the point is that it gets complex as rules. Every unit has an attack score, a defense score, has a movement, how much movement that they can move per turn, and effective, and a cost, how much it costs each unit to actually buy and purchase every round. And then there's 5 factions. Well, you have the Axis and Allies, and there's 5 nations. You have the Axis, which is obviously Germany and Japan, and then you have the Allies, which is the United States, UK, and the Soviet Union, right? The minimum of players that you can play is 2, right? So Axis and Allies, you would control the 5 units. So the Axis, you would control 2 countries, and the Allies, you would control the 3. But then you can have like anywhere up to 5 players at that point. So you can actually have a person for every nation playing, which is cool. But 2 is usually a good amount. All right, so let's do a single seat. No active. Let's create it. Let's create one. We'll leave it on computer, and we'll go over here to player, right? And let's do that Larry Harris Gen Con edition. Usually I just do the 2nd edition, 1942 2nd edition rules, but let's try this. So what's different with this? I don't think I've ever played this. So German bomber in Germany has been moved to Ukraine. Okay, that makes sense. I think they make this a little bit more historically accurate. One German sub Sea Zone Fine has been removed. Okay, so you take away a sub. UK destroyer has been added. Okay, so in Sea Zone 7, so they get an extra destroyer. UK cruiser in Sea Zone 14 is moved over to 13. Okay, and 2 infantry have been added to infantry. Okay, to India. Makes sense. We'll do standard victory instead of total victory, and because I don't want to play this thing for 3 hours. And dice, you can change the dice so it's biased or low luck. If I do bias in this edition, these rolls for extreme rolls favoring the average results 2 and 3 4 more likely to occur. Yeah, that's stupid. Just do standard. Okay. Let's start playing. Move the camera over a little. Oh, try to adjust this. Too much. All right, so I'll click on follow player. So it's doing the Soviet Union turn. Now, just so you know, while the computer's thinking here are the 5 countries and the turns in which they go through. Right now, the Soviet Union always starts first. And there's 5 rounds. I'm sorry, there's 5 turns in a round, right? It starts with production, which is you request. I like to think of it as like a purchase request, right? You're doing a purchase order for units, right? Then you actually do a combat move, non-combat move, which is what is going on here. And then you drop everything that you've requested in the first round, right? So you kind of have to plan ahead. So I didn't click on the follow, so you didn't get to see the comment that was over here. So my apologies with that. But in general, looks like they didn't attack. Maybe they. Oh no, maybe I had Carolee. Yeah, I don't remember. I wasn't looking. I was actually looking at the top here. Here are the victory cities that you need. So with access, you need to keep and hold 9 to the end of your turn, and for allies, you have to hold 10. Here are your scale back and forth. So it starts off with the first phase. So I'm Germany. It's going to ask, well, what units do you want to build? So here are the infantry, artillery, your armor or tanks, and then now I like playing AAA, which is a free version of this. It's a little bit more unpolished, the front end, but the rules are basically the same, and the playability is the same. It doesn't look as sexy as this version, but it works. It works pretty good. Not really good for streaming. I don't think it goes too fast unless you're really into it. This is a bit more easier to look at. Here's your attack roll, your attack values, defense values, movement, and your costs. Those are the 4 that you get. Now, of course, real quickly, infantry is really good and is cheap, and it's good at defense. And these numbers are a roll on a 6-side die. Every unit you have rolls at 1 6-side die. Lower is better, right? So 1 is a good roll, and then 6 is a bad roll. So if I'm attacking with infantry, it's 1 or better. I'm sorry, it's just a 1 and I win, so it's 1 out of 6. It defends better, infantry, so it's 2 out of 6. It only moves 1 territory, and then it only costs 3. So the artillery, it still moves only 1. It costs 1 credit more. It gets the same defense, but it has a better attack, and it has a special rule where if you pair this with an infantry, you can actually boost the infantry's attack to 2, as long as they're paired together, and only with 1. So you can have an artillery infantry pair, and they both attack as 2. Tanks move with 2. They cost more. They cost twice as much as infantry, but they have a 3 attack and a 3 defense, but they're more expensive. And then anti-aircraft artillery, they only move 1, they cost 5, and they can only shoot down strategic bombers with a roll of 1 or better. You'll see that a little bit later on. All right, sea units, you have submarines, which has got a special rule of sneak attack, and they can go through enemy-occupied sea zones because they're underwater, right? And they can sneak attack underwater, but they can't sneak attack destroyers. If there's a destroyer in the group, the battle group, then the submarine doesn't get any special attacks. It just acts as a normal unit. Now, what the sneak attack is, if they destroy a unit, like a cruiser, for example, that destruction happens immediately, and there's no counterattack. Oh, by the way, every unit gets a counterattack, except for a submarine. Destroyers can negate any submarine special abilities, like sneaking through zones or getting a sneak attack. Cruisers are a little bit more beefier. It's got a 3 attack and 3 defense, but they cost 12. I think they cost too much for what they are. Carriers, they only attack with 1. They can defend with 2. All these units move. Sea units move with 2, and they cost 14. But carriers can land 2 fighters on them. They act like little islands, if you will. So that's nice. And then battleships are very expensive, but they attack with a 4, one of the highest attack, and they defend with a 4, one of the highest defenses. Other than fighters have a really good defense, and bombers have an attack of 4, and they can move 2 also. And they have 2 hits. This is the only unit that can have 2 hits or 2 hit points that it can take. Here's your air units, very expensive also. Yeah, it's attack of 3 for fighters. a defensive 3, and then moves 4 units, as we'll talk about movement in a minute. Bombers have an attack of 4. They have a terrible defensive 1, so if you can catch them in a territory, that'd be great. And they cost more, but they have a movement of 6. Now I have to caveat that where when you move out of a territory, let me zoom in here. If you move out of a territory, you have to have enough movement left, like they call it, or fuel, to go back to a unit that, to go back to a territory that you have owned, right? They have to land somewhere, and they can't land in a unit that you just took, because I like to think of it this way. The facilities in the landing areas are not prepared yet, right? You have to hold it. So really, if you're fighting somewhere, it's really, with a movement of 4, it's 2 spaces attack and then 2 spaces to return, or 3 spaces and return to a adjacent territory next to it that you own. All right, and then industry, this is if you want to build factories in an area that doesn't have a factory, like for example Germany, and let me zoom out a little bit more. Germany, Moscow, Karelia, Caucasus, and Italy, they have factories. London has a factory. Obviously, the United States has 2 factories, and so does Tokyo has 1 factory. So I could build a factory. I like to build a factory in Egypt, for example, so I can start rolling units out through here. Oh, India has a factory too. So, but they're 15. They cost a lot. So I like to sit here and I like to think about, all right, what do I want to do? Now, this game is so complex that I usually have a default strategy. And obviously, there's a little bit of luck in here also. You want to try to mitigate that luck or bad luck as much as possible. One of the things I always try to do is I try to get these factories. All right, let me zoom in a lot. And I like when you zoom in, you see the actual units themselves, which is neat. Because this is based on a board game. Right? There's actually a physical board game that you could play, which I think is awesome, and I love playing the board game. But when you zoom out, it kind of gives you the little shorthand, token with just a thing in the numbers, for example. And by the way, when you look at this map, right, I could cross and pull it across. This line is actually the end of the board. Right, the physical board on the board game. So if you pull it here, this is actually what this side of the board looks like, right? And you could cross over. You can move units, from here to here. But if you had the board, it would end right here, and then on this side, the right side of the board would end like that also. Because really, you have 2 major theaters that you're battling in. You're battling in the Pacific, and you're battling over the Atlantic and Europe. Now, of course, you have Asia and Africa that you could battle for also. Central Asia and South Asia are usually big battleground areas that you usually go through and battle. Depends on your tactics. Like when I play Japan, I try to beeline it right for India. All right, I try to get through China and India as fast as possible, and then I can relax and then I can concentrate on the West Coast and on the Pacific and the West Coast, right? If I was Germany, sometimes I kind of like slow up on Russia a little bit and just kind of knock them down, and really I could sweep through Africa or go right for India and try to take India. Depends. I don't really play America very much. I don't like it. I should really do that one day. I think the next one is the next live stream I'm going to do Japan. But we shall see. Okay, enough talking. Let's actually start playing, and I'm going to explain the rules as we go also. I like to zoom in a little bit so I get the unit icons here. Makes it a little bit easier to look at. So you got the unit. And what you're looking at here is you get the unit, you get how many units there are. That's the little black and white numbers here. These numbers in the territories, these are how much income you get for holding that territory, right? And this is also how many, if I put a factory in here, how many units I could produce, or production capability I could have for there. So for example, in Germany, I could build 10 units in Germany, for example, right? Okay, I have 10 here. Caucasus, right? I can build 4 units, right? Karelia, I can only build 2, for example, if I take them, right? So if I built a factory in Egypt, which is what I tried to do, I can only build 2 units in here, for example. But again, it's better than nothing. And then in India, you have 3. Okay, so I'm going to say this out loud. This is what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to concentrate on Karelia and Caucasus, and I'm going to try to take those as fast as possible and hold them, and then try to beat down on Russia proper, Moscow, and then if I win that fast enough, depends on how I roll and how I am, I'll move down into Persia and then branch off into Egypt and India. Now here, I'm not really going to concentrate super much on Egypt, but I will shore up a little bit, right, and get it ready. And really, it's just moving everything. Like after 1942, you really just got through France and and Poland and France. So really, it's kind of like Barbarossa, and yeah, you're kind of moving into, or right after Barbarossa, you're moving into Asia at this point, Russia, the Soviet Union specifically. Okay, so what am I going to do? I need to request what units I'm going to place at the end of my turn. Right here is the 5 sub-turns or turns inside the round. I'm in round 1. So I got to purchase. So what am I going to need? Well, I know I'm going to need a crap load of tanks. Right? I'm going to get as many tanks as possible, and then maybe I'll buy an artillery, right? With what's left. With that one that's left over, it'll go to the next round. Yep. Go to the next round. Let me turn down my volume here in case I don't want to edit echoing like it did before. Hope it's not echoing. I tested it, it shouldn't be. I'll take my infantry, attack Karelia. No, oh, by the way, I'm in combat move, right? Which means I can only move units that are going to result in combat, right? They're moving to combat. Next round is non-combat, which means it's everybody else can move. But right now, I'm only concentrating on combat units. So, I want to take Karelia. What does that mean? I'm going to put as many units into Karelia as I can. Where's my infantry? I'm going to put 2 infantry onto my transport, and then drop them off into Karelia. Well, it always confuses me. Why will you not let me place it? Losing my mind. There's a way. I always do this wrong. You can do it this way. Yeah. I know there's a way to click on it in this way, but I just... whatever. I want to take Caucasus. There's a lot of unit here in the Caucasus. 3. The way I do it, there's a way that you could do... with the attacks and defense, and you put it into a calculator, it gives you the probability that it's going to win or lose. And I don't like doing that. You try to do it in your head. Basically, I basically the shorthand. I just count the number of units in here. So it's 4, 5. I don't count the anti-aircraft artillery, but 4, 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's 12 units in here. I got to hit them with more than 12 units in order to have a chance, right? So I don't think I have a chance. I don't have enough armor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so it's not enough. I'm not going to be able to take Caucasus right away. That's okay. All right, we'll get to that. So now I should have 2 subs in here. I have 1 sub. I'm going to pull 1 sub over here. I'm going to pull 2 subs over here because I'm going to try and attack these units. Do I want to do that? And then my planes, I'm going to attack battleship to attack here. Nope, cancel that. That was a mistake. I'll pull my plane over here. This is kind of risky. Do I have another plane that I could use? No, it's too far. Remember, he doesn't have enough movement. Nope, he doesn't have enough movement. Okay. We'll try that. That's risky. That's very risky, but I'm gonna hit the Caucasus with a bomb because I'm trying to knock down his production. Do I want to attack? I'm gonna attack West Russia. I don't normally go to West Russia right away, but we'll try it. Let's be a little aggressive. They can't move to combat. They can't move. Well, he actually he can. He can move up there because he has moved. He have a move of 2, so he can move 1, 2, 3. Nobody else can move to combat. Again, this is specifically moving to combat. No. Okay, I think those are all my combat moves. I'm just looking real quick. Okay. All right. Strong, and I like AAA doesn't do this, but it gives you a synopsis and it tells you what your chances are. See, strong. Again, this was the risky one, the one plane against destroyer, which is, let me say, implausible. West Russia is implausible. Really? I thought I had more. Oh. That should be easy. That should be better. That's what I forgot. Okay. Should be all still implausible. Okay. I'm going for it. So now we did our combat move. Now we're doing actual combat and resolving combat. So let's go. What's the first one? Caucasus. Okay. This is just a bombing run. It's not an attack run. Bombers have a choice of attacking or bombing. So industrial complexes are factories, right? They have a organic anti-aircraft capability. So let's roll. They have to roll a 1 in order to destroy him. Now they didn't roll 1. They rolled a 4. So I'm gonna roll now to see how much damage on it. Everything's a 6-sided die. I'm going to see how much damage I can do here to the factory. The factory has 8 hit points, if you will. Only 1. I mean, something, but 6 is the best. All right, next. All right, Karelia. I should take Karelia pretty easily. See, I forgot. I should have did a bombardment also. I could have did a bombardment from my ship, and I didn't, and... it's okay. Oh no, I moved my ship. I'm sorry, I did something different. I moved my ship out to the Atlantic. And I got him. He can defend. Oh, and he kills one of my guys. One of my infantry. It's fine. You still get a territory. Now, what you want to see here is you want to see the defender losing more credits than your production credits than you. You want to try to outspend, well, not really outspend, but put him into a deficit. Okay. In every battle. So I would have been playing this game regardless if I was streaming or not. I figured I'd stream it while I'm playing it, and, like I said, learn the OBS software also, which I'm playing with. And I lowered my desktop audio a little bit, but then I kept my mic audio fairly high. Okay, that was the sub. 2 hits. Defender, so now they could defend. Up, 1 hit. And you could retreat, and I don't want to retreat. I just said press on. Well, only 1 hit. These are bad rolls on my side. Miss, hit. So normally you want to allocate these hits or these counterattacks to the lowest or cheapest unit. So I could retreat and move out of it if I feel like I'm getting pounded too much, or I could press on. So I'm still press on. So I can submerge. That was another. This submarine can like retreat and just submerge, but I'm not. So I'm gonna. So if he rolls a 2 or better right now, this is the special sneak attack for the submarine. It will kill this battleship because this battleship already has 1 hit. Remember, battleship is the only unit that has 2 hit points, and I missed. All right, so these guys now go. These 3 units, 2 planes and 1 battleship. No, there you go. Nope. Still maybe hurt. I killed 2 of my submarines, or 3 of my submarines. I still outspent him. See, I lost 18 credits, IPCs, and he lost 43. I destroyed 43, which is what you need to do in a sea battle. All right, let's look over here, and I need to kill this destroyer. I'm trying to get, in general, the British Navy neutralized as much as possible. Missed. See? Now, he missed too. All right, so roll again. Oh, I hit him. Let's see if he hits me. It doesn't matter because that's a battleship. And he missed anyway, so it's fine. So I destroyed his destroyer outside in the waters of Egypt. So 2 more. I got a sea battle here, and then I have a West Russia. Let's see what it takes next. All right, let's do a sea battle. I'm trying to kill this cruiser. I think it's a cruiser. More with my plane. This is risky. Look, 3 and 3. You know what? If he dies and still kills this thing, this cruiser, I would consider it a win. Missed. Missed. Good. Keep going. Missed. Ugh, see? I lost my plane. I knew it was risky. It's fine. Alright, West Russia. This is a bonus, West Russia. This is really just trying to get as many Russian units destroyed as possible. So air defense, there's an anti-aircraft gun in here. If he rolls a 1, he kills a plane. And he rolled a 1, so 1 plane gets killed. And that plane gets destroyed immediately. It doesn't get the counterattack. 3. So 3 units get killed. And I'm going to retreat because I don't need to get... Yeah, retreat him. Cancel retreat. How do I do this? It's fine. I didn't need to get West Russia, just not yet. Pull my bomber. See, now this is non-combat roll, but I had to pull all my planes from where they were located. All right, I'm gonna move my infantry over. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Move my infantry over. Put my tank in Ukraine. Actually, I'm gonna put my tank in Poland. And the reason why I'm putting in Poland is because he can pivot. He's got 2 moves. He could go bang bang, move to Karelia if I had to. I could go bang bang and move in the Caucasus. Move my 2 tanks into Poland. I'm going to move a tank. Transports can hold 2 units. 2 infantry, an infantry and artillery, or an infantry and a tank. And I'm moving this tank down here into Libya. Because I'm going to start pressuring next round Egypt. He can't move. Well, I can move him into Baltic. These guys are moving into Ukraine eventually. He can stay for now. He can stay. Okay, good. I think we're good. Oh, I have to move this plane out too. I usually put him in these 2 guys. I usually put him in the Netherlands. Why? Because Netherlands, he can fly out and fly north or south around the UK. Yep. See, because there's a divider right here. There's actually, and it doesn't pay to put him into France. At least here in the Netherlands, I could attack north or I could attack south. Okay. All right, so now I'm in the last round, which is mobilization. Remember, I ordered all those tanks and artillery. Where am I going to put them? Well, the only place I can put them now is Italy and Germany. Next round, I'll be able to put them in Karelia. And hopefully, next round after that, I'll be able to start putting them in the Caucasus. So I just put everything into Germany. Okay. There you go. So it gives me a synopsis. But I want to see what UK does. This is the UK playing. So he's consolidating all his units. He's attacking me in a bunch of places, which he always does. He's attacking Japan. Wow. He killed his aircraft carrier. Japan did. Huh. That was painful, losing an aircraft carrier, an English aircraft carrier. He's going to attack my battleship. And he's attacking Borneo. Amphibious assault. So he's really pushing Japan. It's aggressive. I usually play when I'm playing allies. I'm usually playing a little bit defensive because I know I will outproduce the Axis, and I know the Axis is coming for violence. They're really going to push if hard. At least that's what I do. And he's just going to consolidate. Let me zoom out a little. Yeah, he's attacking my battleship. 1 hit. Remember, the battleships get 2 hits, and I missed. Yeah. Doesn't matter. He only tried once. Okay. I would have pushed it. And now he's just consolidating. Oh no, he's attacking Solomon Islands. Okay. Remember, infantry have to roll a 1, and the infantry defending has to roll a 2. Nothing. He has to roll 2 or 1. Man, these guys are just missing. Miss. Wow. Now, obviously, I'm rooting for Japan because they're my ally. Wow. 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 It's going long. No, he got him. Another one. Boy, that went a long time. Now this is the end of now Japan. Yep, they're pushing for India and they're pushing for China. Now China in this game is controlled by the Americans. because that makes sense because you know the Americans had some units in China helping out. Remember the Flying Tigers, if I remember correctly, they flew the P-40 Thunderbolts planes in China, helping out the Chinese. They're pretty cool. Flying Tigers, pretty cool plane. One of my favorite World War II planes. These just look really cool with the paint job. You pretty much know what the opening turns are going to be in this game, unless you want to try something really crazy, which may work. It's such a complex game. You really don't have to follow certain conventions. You have a little leeway on how you want to do things. Japan's attacking India. Oh, he's air attacking India. Oh, all right, that's bold. Took out the India's air force. Yeah, but no. See, he lost all his planes. Japan. Japan is attacking the American Navy. And killed him. But then the Americans, yep. Americans got their fleet destroyed. Remember, the Americans have a lot of production capability. You could rebuild fairly quickly. He's attacking UK. His cruiser. Why would you attack an aircraft carrier against a cruiser? That is a mistake. Why did the computer do that? I wouldn't have done that. Alright, Americans. They don't have a lot of units, but they can purchase a lot. Look at all the things they purchased. And they're going to place now Soviet Union. They're going to consolidate and they're going to try to defend against me. They know I'm coming. Look at 7 infantry they purchased it. All right, same thing for me before. As many tanks as possible. Some people will buy planes here also. I just, the first couple rounds, I need tanks. I need as many tanks as I can. All right, I like to zoom in here. So let's take a look here. First of all, let's kill this lone destroyer, I believe. Oh, excuse me, I got the hiccups. 1, 2, 3, 4. I gotta get a plane down here. All right, let's see what's up here. 1 tank. I could do this. Put you up here. No, I can put you over there. How many units I got? 2, 3, 4. Wow, 5. These are British planes. 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 units. Do I have enough? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh no. Oh, this is happening. Oh no, you are getting attacked. I'm gonna bomb Moscow. Oh no, you are getting attacked. I'll do it with 2. I'm trying to catch that bomber right here. That would be an easy win for me. 2 planes. What can I kill with 2 planes? Oh no, you're getting attacked. What else I got here? Nothing, 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 nothing. I wish I had a plane to attack over here. I don't have any more aircraft? No, I don't. You know what I want to do? Let's do this. See that bomber? I'm going to attack Egypt. And I'm going to pull everybody out of here. And let's take Egypt fast. I could have taken Egypt next round, but let's try to take them as fast as possible. Watching this guy over here. This bomber in Gibraltar. This British bomber. Is it British? British or American? Fighter. This American fighter, I believe. Just doing one last check. So just to regurgitate, I'm trying to take out this bomber here. I'm trying to move all my units, trying to do a quick little win in Belarus, also known as White Russia. Trying to take the Caucasus, and then trying to take Egypt, and then doing a little bonus attack here in the sea zone, trying to get these two. Now, just so you know, transports will get killed immediately if they're not escorted by somebody. If this escort, for example, in this one, gets destroyed, the transport instantly gets destroyed also. So favorable, strong, 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 favorable. Huh? Okay. Again, nothing's guaranteed. You have to have good dice rolls. Trying to get this cruiser out of here. Got him. Can't destroy me, even if he wins, and he didn't, because I have a battleship. That was expensive. All right, Belarus. Ooh, I hit the mic. Sorry. Got him. Let's see, defender. Nothing. Nothing. Oh, this iced tea, hard tea, is going down too fast. Caucasus. This is a strategic win here. I gotta get the Caucasus, just like in World War II. Gotta take the Caucasus. Trying to kill my plane with his anti-aircraft, and he didn't do anything. He has to roll 1 or better. 5 hits, not bad. 1, nothing. 2. Well, I got 2 hits. I'll take it. Yeah, kill him. Alright. Now, the trick is, can I keep it? So, look at that. 53 Russian worth I've destroyed against my 12. And the Russians don't have a lot of production, so that really hurts them. Mute my phone. What's left? I'll mute my watch. This is trying to get that that one fighter. Sorry, bomber. Oh. What does he roll? Nothing. Alright, good. Again, that was expensive. Bombers are pricey. And the last one is trying to get these 2. This would be a great bonus if I can get this. Alright, he missed 2. Oh, there you go. Do I get him? Got him. He missed. Okay. I'll take it. And the reason why it's 15 is because I killed the transport too. When I killed the escort, I killed the transport. And now Egypt, last but not least. So I don't know if I mentioned this is the scene version of Axis and Allies 1942. It's very pretty. I wish they made a 1940 version, which is the monster version of this game, which takes up a whole like kitchen table. It's huge. Good, 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 good. Miss. I got him. I got the property. Got the territory. Gives me a synopsis. I know, blah, 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 blah. Alright, now these are non-combat roles. So I'll pull my planes back to Ukraine. I'll pull my plane back to Netherlands. I'll pull my bomber back to... Well, I can only pull it back to Libya, which is fine. I'm going to pull my infantry and my artillery down here because I'm moving them west. I'm moving these guys west. These guys were in combat. These were all in combat. I'm moving him west too. I'm moving infantry out there too. Okay. This is gonna be tough to hold. He's gonna attack me from West Russia. And then I'll move my artillery down here. Okay. Placement. So now I can build in Karelia. So I'm going to put tanks here. I can only put 2. And then the rest, everything else goes in Germany. So I'm trying to make this conveyor belt of armor just rolling out of Germany and rolling east into the Soviet Union, and just keep piling in armor out here. Okay. All right, I'm slowly getting my income in. No, he's trying to bomb Berlin. He did it. What are you doing? What else are you doing, UK? Kingdom is getting really and I'm sorry, I'm not talking a lot, but United Kingdom's getting really aggressive in Asia. Last game I played this, they were very defensive. What's with all these rolls in Asia being 0 hits? Remember, the infantry attacking has to roll 1. And then defending has to roll 2 or 1, or 2 or less. All right, there you go. Well, Japan, it worked out for Japan. Japan's really pushing for China. They're really pushing for Asia. Which, I don't blame them. I'm going to be doing the same thing. That's what I would do. Secure Asia and then move east to the United States and the Pacific in the United States. I'll have to play Japan next time. That's a good game, playing Japan. The bad part about Japan is like your long-term production is just low compared to like United States or even UK. But you start off with a lot of units. As you're all of access, you start with a lot of units. So you have to be very aggressive, very ambitious, and you take the initiative right away as access. You can't, in the beginning of the game, you can't sit back. Got him. They got him out of India, China. So now UK has a problem now because they're getting a lot of pressure Ooh, they attacked the British cruiser. Oh, they lost that one. The United States, they're just building units, and they're going to start rolling probably into Africa. They're going to build a bunch of transports. Trying to take Morocco. Ooh. Wow, I defended myself in Morocco. All right. Killed everybody, but he didn't take the territory. Not bad. All right. He's pushing everything into the East Coast. He's coming. The Americans are coming. All right. So the UK bombed Germany, so I'm going to repair Germany a little. Not 100%, but a little bit at a time. Now, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to build enough tanks to throw them into, what do I got here? All right, there aren't that many units here yet. I want to put a factory here, but not just yet. Not until I take Russia. So I want to build enough tanks so I could put them into Karelia and the Caucasus. So 6 should be perfect, and the rest I'm going to put it into defensive units in Germany. Okay, so what am I doing here? All right, I'm going to pull. I'm going to try to make a beeline into South Africa, because it's worth a good amount of points. Let's take Rhodesia and Somalia. Try to bomb. That's risky, bombing that, because this infantry can potentially kill that bomber, but I'm not gonna worry about it just yet. Okay, now I got Russia here. She's got 20 units. 20 units sitting in Russia, plus another 14 in West Russia. Jesus. All right. 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 23. I don't know if that's enough. I don't care. I gotta get... I can't go... Oh, I can't do that. Alright, I gotta do... Alright, I can't do what I want to do. I thought I could go around, but I can't. I thought there was a connector between Karelia and Russia, and there isn't. Into West Russia you go. One airplane down here. It's not enough. We're not playing this. Well, I could. All right, let's do this. It's probably dumb, but I'm trying it. Is that a battleship? It's a cruiser. That's the cruiser I tried to kill last time. What are these guys doing? Not a whole lot. I'm just trying to get all these properties out here. It's gonna distract him. to be too aggressive. I was going to take this plane out, but that's all right. I want to keep these 5 in Caucasus. I don't want him ganking me down here without it hurting. All right. Yeah, that was the one that was a toss-up. That's another one. That was the ship I'm trying to kill in the English Channel. They should win. The bomber should freaking win this. Without... Alright, now he has a roll of 2. Good, and he did it. Cool. And that's important for Asia. I mean, sorry, for Africa, because there's not a lot of units down here, and there's no factories. So the more units I have down here, the better. I could just roll through and get as many income as I can until America starts throwing a crap ton of units down there. All right, Russia should be good. Air defense. He's gonna try to fire on my bombers. And he did not. 1. Wow. 4 hits. 5 hits. Try one more time. 6. 4, 5. Alright, I'm going again. I was going to retreat, but I got to get these guys killed. Nothing. Nothing. Alright, that helped a lot. His counterattacks are useless. Alright, I won. I only killed him 1 unit. I killed one of my tanks. That was so worth it. And the reason why it was so worth it, even though it was very costly, look, I almost equaled out, because the Soviet Union is never going to make that back. Killing those units is more important than actually winning the IPC deficit fight. Now, if I could just kill this cruiser, I wish I had 2 fighters. That would have been better. Missed. Missed. Okay. Come on. Yeah, killed him. And missed. Nice. All right. That fighter lives another day. And I got that stupid cruiser out of the way. See, this guy is too far away. If I had a bomber, I could reach out here, kill him in one-way combat. One-way meaning there's nobody defending him, and then come back home. So let's pull him back to Europe again. Let's pull these 2 guys back into Caucasus, because I'm afraid that Moscow is going to attack south. Let's pull you back to Egypt, the bomber. And anybody else? All right. I'm pulling you out of Egypt, or into Egypt. You're staying. You're staying in Archangel. You're staying in Volga. Vologda? Vologda? I didn't even realize that. Vologda. I was going to say Volgograd, also known as Stalingrad. But that would be down here. Oh, see, I almost made a mistake. I'm going to pull my tanks over into Ukraine, because we're all going into Russia next round. All right, now I'm going to put as many tanks as I can into... Many tanks as I can into Caucasus, many tanks as I can into Karelia, and the rest go into Germany for defense. Good. Oh, I should have paused at that screen. Sorry, guys. I clicked too quick. What's UK doing? I was really pushing for the Spice Islands in the Pacific, the South Pacific. Borneo. Can't we zoom out a little? Alright, yep. And again, Japan is consolidating. And it's going to start pressuring India. Not really going full force into America yet. They're attacking France. See, I knew it. Nope. And he retreated. Did he retreat? Oh, I should have paid attention. He didn't kill everybody. I guess he was just trying for a cheap hit. America, strong bombers or fighters and bombers over into Russia, which is what I would do. Oh, he did win, but he only won with one tank. He can't hold it. Soviet Union just consolidating, buying a crap ton of infantry. Germany, we're gonna repair you, and then I'm gonna get, and then a bunch of defensive units. Americans are coming. All right, let's look at Africa. I want to blitz through. I want to get South Africa. And then I'm going to go over here into, what is that, Transjordan, Middle East. Alright, I'm going to attack Russia. So that's one attack. Everything is going to Russia. This is going to be tough, though. He's got a lot of units in here. 13, 22, 24, 5. Alright, I gotta get this property back. Everybody's going into here. No. Doing the C thing again. You're still going in here. Okay. Not doing anything with him yet because I'm going to start by building my navy in here in the Mediterranean, building him up. Okay, let's see if I get Russia. These are all my blitzes. Wow, Russia, unlikely. See, this is the one that's implausible. One plane against one cruiser. Strong. Let's gotta go next phase. Gotta be aggressive. Russia. Ah. Always makes me nervous. 16 hits. Whoa. Eight hits. I got him. Five. I got him. I got Russia. That is going to be nice. If I could just... Ugh. Oh. Doesn't matter. Wow, 124 IPCs I killed, but he killed 87 on mine. Ooh, That was ugly, but I got it. Now, here's the thing with Russia. If you lose your capital, you can't build anything. You still get credits, but you can't build anything until you get your capital back. So even if Russia still has units, they can't build anything. Well, they have no factories either at this point. So, but even if I had factories, if I lost Germany, I couldn't build anything in any of my factories. Oh, I lost my plane. But at least I killed both of these. Did I kill? Oh, I guess I didn't. Oh, maybe not. I'm sorry. I thought I killed the transport too. Alright, and then a real easy battle in France. Get France back. Really? Made a little painful for me, but I got him. Can't let the Americans keep France. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pull my bomber back. I'm going to pull my planes back to Caucasus. Everybody else can stay. That's fine. That's fine. And I lost my one plane there. Okay. Oh, so let's take a look at these map notes. I usually don't read these very much. So it's just saying you landed aircraft but haven't moved any other units. Are you sure you want to? All right, so that it's basically just saying I didn't move anybody else, and I can't really move anybody else. Wait a minute, make changes. Yeah, I can't really move. This is the only place I would move stuff is units from Germany to like the Netherlands or the Low Countries into France. Oh, the map notes. So the map notes, what you can do is when you're battling people or playing with other people, you can actually send notes to the other player, like if you're playing online. So for example, if I go to Hawaii, see, he put a map note out here, and he's basically just saying that's his goal. He wants to get it's owned by the Americans, and Japan wants to take Hawaii. And he will, as soon as he consolidates the rest of Asia. That's it. All right, now it goes to the UK. Let's see what UK does. Oh, sorry. Nope. I guess I gotta drop my units. I'll drop 4 there. I'll drop everything into Germany. Because, like I said, the Americans are coming. They're coming. Cool. I tried putting tanks that were already allocated. Well, of course, UK is trying to bomb me again. With a 6. Rolled a 6. Which does 6 damage to my factories, which I have to fix next round. Alright. Again, being really aggressive with Japan, which makes sense. It's not working for him now. Like he's losing more units in Asia, England, than I think he can afford. All right, now Japan's gonna go in there and take him out. India, yep. Got India. All right. Now we don't have to worry about England or the UK in Asia, which is nice, and probably Pacific. And you can even go in there and take Australia if you wanted to. Nothing's gonna stop you. Nothing's gonna stop Japan from going south. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought Japan took India. I guess not. Why am I misinterpreting these rules? There's not much in there. He's only got 3 airplanes, 3 fighters. No, he's attacking France. 2 hits. Wow. No, come on. Kill that fighter. Kill that fighter, guys. There you go. That's what I wanted to see. So, all right, I'm gonna repair my factory. I need to start building my area. So I was gonna buy a factory, but you know what? I'm gonna buy a factory for Egypt. No, you know what? I don't need it yet. You know why? There's not a lot going on down here yet, and I'm moving down from the Caucasus anyway. Why? Because I need to start doing this. I need 4 tanks for Caucasus, and then the rest I'm doing defense, which is defense is infantry and artillery. They're not really aggressive offensively. I'm thinking here what I can do. 4. Alright, I'm blitzing through. I'm trying to take India, because if I get India, that would be great. I'll pull him back. Well, eventually I will. Let's bring this bomber over and attack. I can't. I'm trying to get that cruiser, man. Cruiser's pissing me off. Getting emotional with that cruiser. Kill these guys, but I'm not going to attack with everything. I'll attack with 6 and 3. I'll move up into. Oh, it's a non-combat move. Duh. So I'm trying to move it. It's not working because they're not going to go into combat. It's a non-combat move. I'll blitz into and take that property. I think that's it. Okay. Let's do this battle. Take India. Or at least I can do a lot of damage to them, even if I don't win. Oh, good. That helped. And I killed him. So it's British India, and now it's German India. Start teaching us speak German down there, right? All right, let's get this cruiser out of the English Channel. Annoying me. All right, come on, survive. Lord. At least I killed it. And I'm just taking property. I'm taking these Soviet properties now that are left over, the stragglers. Yep, I killed him. Good. Well, I guess I'll let Japan take the rest of these up here. I might send a unit up there a little bit later. This is non-combat. If I pull... No, I'll let Japan take those two. I really got to start concerning myself with defending. He was in combat, so he can't move. What's that X mean? Oh, attack here. So it doesn't earn. He's telling me to attack India, which I did, and won. All right, non-combat. I'm gonna move 2, and then 2. Move 2, and then 2. Should be good. And now I place. All right, so, well, I don't have to put a lot here anymore. You know what? I'm gonna put 4. I'm gonna put 2 in Caucasus. The rest, because I'll move them south into Egypt, and we're gonna go super defense here. Actually, no, I take that back, because I have these tanks. I'm going to put all my tanks into Germany. Now I'm going to put some defense in here. The rest I'll put in Germany. Oh, I'm up to my limit. That's fine. Okay. What am I missing? Oh, I'm missing a fighter. Okay. So the next goal is I'm gonna kind of secure Africa through Egypt a little bit more, and then I'm gonna start building up my air force, because I'm gonna try to defend against the Americans, and maybe even take London, take Britain. But first, I got to get my air force plussed up, and then I'll start building out my my navy. I got to get air superiority first. Boy, he's really pushing for France. Whew. Americans. Yep. Two. I told you they were coming. He can't keep it, though. I have too many units in Germany. The Soviet Union only has... He's got one sub, too. The Soviet Union starts out with one sub. Oop, I hit close by accident. Yeah, you can't do anything. So, remember I said we can build up the Air Force. gonna give myself a couple destroyers and plussing up. Alright, so the priority here is get everybody out of France. And also I'm going to destroy this guy. So first of all, it's fine. Pull you back to England. Well, I'll do that. I'll eventually pull you back. There you go. There you go. There you go. 4 you guys go into here. Everybody in the pool. That's fine. I'll pull you guys eventually. I'll pull you into Norway. Is this what I want to do? Oh. Can't do non-combat moves. I'll move them later. They'll go strong, which is good, which I knew. Got to get them out of Europe. Got to get the Americans out of Europe. And got to beat their navy down too. And I'm also, remember, I'm also trying to give a little elbow room to. Nice. Ugh. Fine, that was a battleship. Give it a little elbow room to Japan, because Japan is going to start moving east. It's going to probably start threatening Alaska and get a foothold there. So as much as I can occupy America here, that'd be even better. Oops, next. Sitting there waiting for it to waiting for it to advance. Alright, let's get you the hell out of France. Really? Out of France. 3. Ugh. Alright. 1, 2. I'll take it. 2. It's pretty even. 1. Alright, let's see if he... No. It's coming. Nice. Alright, I got France back. And I outbeat him. Alright, I need to get my planes back to a friendly territory. Gotta get my planes back to friendly territory. Remember I said I'm gonna get these guys. Move them west. I'm gonna leave my tanks there. 2 tanks I'm gonna move south. 2 tanks I'm gonna move back home to Europe. And I'll move these guys back to Egypt. You can stay there, you can stay there. Good. I think we're okay. The bomber, I'm going to move to Netherlands because he's going to threaten any unescorted units out there. Okay, and now I'm going to put my destroyers here because to these destroy, and then next round I'm going to put a carrier out here. All my bomber I could put here. Fighters, I'm not going to put fighters yet. I'll put my fighters out here. Okay. Okay, just it's within sight. See, access is 909, but I got to keep these territories. If I lose one of these cities again, I'm not going to win. I might, but if I keep those 9, these 9 victory cities I've won. It's what they call it in the games. You could have a total victory, or you can have an honorable victory. And if I get all 9, I keep all 9. It's called an honorable victory. Same thing to allies. The allies get 10 victory cities, and they're marked on the map. You get an honorable victory. Wow, Japan really wants that property. Up in Asia. Yep, right there. That was it. That was the battle. That's it for the Soviet Union, except for that one sub is probably floating around somewhere. Now, you see how the canals here? You can move through the canals if you own the properties around the canals, like Egypt. You can use the Suez Canal. I can use the Suez Canal because as Germany, I own Egypt. But I can't use the Panama Canal because Americans have Panama, Central America. Yeah, see, there's an X on that canal, but it's open. It's America's turn, so this canal is open. But if I rolled into here and took Panama, it would cut off the Panama Canal. See, there it goes, Axis victory. Now, if I was playing in this honorable victory, I got 9 victory cities. Let's view the board here. If this was AAA, which is Axis and Allies, it's the free version of Axis and Allies, I actually have an option to keep playing if I really want to and play to total victory, but it doesn't let us in this game. I wish they would. That would be neat, because then it gets really interesting, and I start building up my navy here. I would have moved this is what I would have did next round. I would have pulled my battleship over here, and I would have bought a carrier and put it here, and then moved 2 planes. So I would have had a really good beginning of a real stout navy being developed. I would have started building more bombers and start bombing the heck out of England and London, and really depressing their production down, and really threatening their the American transport conveyor belt, right? Because usually what the Americans do is they produce items here, and as they're producing tanks and infantry and artillery, they conveyor them into Canada, and then they transport them from Canada over to either England, right? Because they can move from 1, 2. Yeah, they would have to move them into England, or move them directly into France, or even Morocco, which is what they did down here, right? I probably would have put a factory in here eventually, just as safety, so I could throw a couple tanks in here. But these tanks would have been rolling in, and they would have been moved west in order to get Morocco. I would have had a transport in here, and I would have took Gibraltar. That way he cannot move into the Mediterranean, and this becomes basically a German pool. That's really about it. Oh, and I would have moved all my guys. Last round I would have taken Norway and got the Americans out of Scandinavia. That's it. Now, if I was Japan, they did not take. They didn't take Hawaii yet, so absolutely take Hawaii. And I probably would, since I saw that Germany's doing pretty good here, I would have pushed into some easy low-hanging fruit here, which is Australia and New Zealand, and then destroyed these guys, these remaining units of the British Navy, and then the whole Pacific becomes a Japanese pool, and then I start pushing into Alaska, and then get a nice base here. Then do that transport conveyor of just loading up Alaska, and with defensive items, and then I just start moving bombers into Hawaii and just start bombing the heck out of the West Coast, right? And then start moving south. Maybe if that was happening in Germany, I would start doing the same thing here. Maybe I would have moved into Brazil, just took Brazil, and there's no one there, and then Panama, for example, or even Cuba, Caribbean. Well, that was it. I hope you guys had fun. You know, I should have worn my. I just noticed that I should have worn my other hat. I haven't worn this in like years. When I was playing it, but I usually don't. Now that I'm honorably discharged, I'm not allowed to have facial hair. Could have worn that, but I'm not. Let's see if I still have the fold. There you go. There you go. The old days. Anyway, hopefully you guys tuned in. Hope it was fun. I'm gonna check my stream, make sure I'm not. The audio is good. Let's see. Is there a way I can exit out of here? Oh, delete game. Return to main menu. Delete game. No. Return to main menu. All right. Hope that was fun. It was fun for me. I'll put my worker's hat back on. And